Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, first I would like to say, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided me with a desk. And I'm now really converting the space into a place of execution. It really is a thing where you have to create, for myself, I have to create the environment. Like, I have to create the structure. I am in works right now to see a handwritten book that I had written while I was incarcerated. And an individual had spoke to me about publishing. So I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to hit the ground running with, when people meet me, I can have a hard copy of this particular dialogue to present to them, instead of me just sitting here spending hours explaining to you my experience with the criminal justice system. Here's the book. You know what I mean? And it's almost like a promotional thing. Not really for financial benefit, but of course, that is a means of support, but more so a promotional thing, right? So I attempted to get on here on this computer earlier, and Google Docs was really, really giving me a hard time about accessing this file. And I was like, oh man, like, hopefully I don't have to go back and find the entirety of, what I wrote. That would be like, sheesh. I would have to type it over and have to really get back into how I was explaining things. And that would have been like a little difficult. I mean, but this particular point in the book, I want to say this, right? I was taken by constables to Westchester District Court. And when I get into the back of the courtroom, into the holding cell areas, right? Immediately I am introduced to a man named Jamie Green, who is a lawyer by profession. Jamie Green, Esquire. He hands me his card. He says, this looks real bad. This looks real bad, and hopefully I can go in here and, because they're thinking about giving you new charges. That's what he said to me. This is the first thing he says to me is, not only am I charged with robbery, simple assault, theft by unlawful taking, so on and so forth. He's saying to me, it looks so bad that the district attorney is considering adding charges to the criminal action. I haven't even been in the courtroom yet. I haven't even seen the judge or anything, and this is the first thing that a person who represents supposedly me is telling me. So he's already trying to put me in a headspace where I need to relinquish any thought process and be like, hey, fix it. I don't want new charges. So since the onus is you're about to get new charges, do whatever you got to do to make sure that doesn't happen, and meaning I'll take whatever comes my way, especially if it's not new charges. I'll accept anything that's going to happen here today. So the book up to this point establishes that while in the county jail, I was 48 hours removed from a time served plea agreement for disorderly conduct, but I still was in custody for almost 48 hours, from a Wednesday to a Friday, just sitting in the county jail. I'm being told that I have a detainer in which holds me in the county jail coming out of West Goshen Township. So Friday morning, I'm called up by the Chester County Prison staff to go to mid corridor in an area where they hold preliminary arraignments on big monitors, like small room, big monitor, like. And when I go in there, I immediately tell the judge, who is Judge Marion Vito, I say, I don't know what all this is about, because this is the first time I'm ever hearing that I've been arrested. Like, I've been sitting after agreeing to time served in a Coatesville District Court for 2 days, and now all of a sudden out of nowhere, I have not received any paperwork up until at this moment where Chester County Prison Guard is handing me the criminal complaint. The criminal complaint, for all it's worth, does have an affidavit of probable cause attached to it, but the affidavit of probable cause is pertaining to requesting a warrant to search, not a warrant to arrest. So they're two different things. So the judge, she really is like, okay, yes, Mr. Smith, I understand what you're saying. You have not been arrested, or you don't know who arrested you or when. All of this will be figured out by the time you go to your preliminary hearing. And that was that. My bail was set, and so on and so forth, right? So when I say in the book, at this moment, my due process rights have been violated, due process literally means that you, as an American, are aware and present in every moment of confiscation, like at every moment of your rights being removed from you, your property being taken from you, you being arrested or detained or accused. You are aware at every step. At every step, you are aware and you have cognizant understanding of what's happening to you. If you don't have that, then there's a violation of due process. Literally. I don't care how a lawyer tries to spin it and remove you from the conversation saying, oh, I got it, let me take care of it. No, that's not how it goes. I mean, that's how it goes if you agree to be represented by a lawyer, right? And he supposedly steps in and represents you in the matter. But still, your lawyer is supposed to, in turn, tell you, doesn't have to, he's not legally bound to do this, but you would expect the lawyer to turn around and say, hey, you've been accused in an affidavit of probable cause to search or arrest. That affidavit of probable cause was presented to an issuing authority, a district magistrate judge. That judge, due to him researching the truthfulness of the affiant's statement, agrees and has issued a warrant to search and or arrest. This warrant has been executed on you at this particular time, and now you have to stand here and be held accountable for this particular action, which is where I come in at. Right? This is definitely not how this particular process goes, and I'm pretty sure that's why they say there's two criminal justice systems. There's one criminal justice system, there's two ways of applying it, and there's two ways of experiencing it due to these applications. This is, in this part of the book is where I establish a part of the criminal justice system that only low socioeconomic people experience, right? So when I get into, matter of fact, let me rewind for a second. I get into the personal vehicle of a married couple who are both state constables. They're process servers, right? That's what it is. They're process servers. They, for the most part, serve warrants, or they execute warrants. And then they bring you into the court. Like, so this is the service that state constable, they do a lot of stuff, but this is like the basis of what they do, their process search. I get into their personal vehicle at the county jail. I mean, they come into the county jail and they shackle me, they handcuff me, and they shackle me, put leg irons around my ankles and a waist belt, and I'm handcuffed to the waist belt, and I'm taken out into their custody, into their personal vehicle. And the whole time I'm riding into Westchester from out, I'm in Westchester, but I'm at the Chester County Prison. The whole time I'm riding into Westchester as being the borough, I'm having a conversation with these two people like, yo, my due process rights have been violated because I've never been. So the lady like, yeah, we heard this all before. Wait till you get to talk to the judge. We heard this all before. You guys always talk like that. You didn't do nothing wrong. This is literally what she's saying to me. This is a white woman and he's a white man, and they basically are conditioned to view those in their custody as properly accused. If you've been accused, you did it. Like, this is how they rolling. Like, they ain't trying to hear nothing I'm talking about anyway. So I get there. They having a good old time. Like, this is their everyday life. They take people in the court every day, right? So I get there, and the dude comes like, yo, this look real bad. So I'm like, yeah. Anyway, my due process rights have been violated. You are going to go into the courtroom and speak directly to the judge and establish that my client is unaware of being arrested for 2 days. Then we can go from there. Like, whatever